Welcome to Pisces Tarot, and I am your host, Mimi Lightseer. Your business is my business. Today, we will dive into your business with a timeless relationship reading, which means it could be platonic, professional, or romantic. In this session, we will explore the overall energy of your reading, obtain cosmic insights to identify the topics, spill the tea on the energies involved, uncover the positives and the negatives while revealing the lessons that you need to learn, and suggest actions for healings and the best possible outcomes. Remember, this is a general reading, and you have found it when this message is needed. Please take what resonates and leave the rest. Remember, I am LGBTQ plus friendly, using pronouns for storytelling purposes. Lastly, please like, rate, subscribe, and comment. Let me know how this message is connecting with you. And without further ado, let's get into your business. Good morning, and welcome to Pisces Tarot, everybody. I am your host. I am Mimi Lightseer. And over here at Pisces Tarot, your business is my business. And ooh, child, we about to get into somebody's business, y'all. I am bubbling with excitement about this message for today. So, ooh, just bear with me because I feel like it's going to be hot. Good morning to all of my guppies, my friends who are on the graveyard shift, and good evening to my international family. What's up to everybody watching behind the scenes on TikTok this morning? If you are new to the Pisces Tarot experience, go ahead and drop a star in the chat. If you are a returning friend, go ahead and put a fish in the chat. We want to recognize our new and our returning friends and guppies and all of that good stuff. All right. Now, today's agenda consists of a brief cleanse, which is a brief meditation, a sound bowl cleansing, followed by some divine insights and downloads. Okay. And when I tell you, I have like a smash of 2 songs going on in my head right now. I have 2 songs playing in my head right now. And so when I tell you I'm curious because I'm like, this is hot. This is steamy. This is passion. What is going on here? So we're going to jump into that. Then we're going to get into the overall energy reading and do some observations. We will also be confirming everything of what I told you with the tarot card reading. And then we will go ahead and bookmark this with some closing thoughts. Now, let me say this. I did post some additional content in the community on YouTube yesterday. So if you go to my community tab, I did put out the weekly relationship, soul, and career. Okay, so there's 3 collective readings that are posted. If you want to read through, it's there for you. All right. In the meantime, if y'all ready to get into this reading, I want you to go ahead and find those scrub brushes. Go ahead and find those scrub brushes, scrub daddies, toothbrushes, whatever, because child, I'm ready. This is so fire. I can't even hold on to it no more. It's time for us to get into this. Y'all ready? All right, y'all. Drop those cleaning emojis and here we go. Now, before we move forward, let's take a minute to ground ourselves and to level set and to just reset our energy, all right? And the best way to do this is by cleansing our energy through both breath work and sound. And what that means is we're going to take in a couple of deep breaths and then hold it and exhale very slowly. We're going to inhale and invite clarity and balance. And with each exhale, we're going to release any tension and any distractions, all right? So if y'all ready to go and get into this, we're going to do this 3 times, all right? Here we go. All right, y'all. Now, let's clear up any remaining stagnant energy by resetting it with our girl Boo Boo. And we're going to come into alignment with presence, all right? Here we go.
Divine Spirit, I call upon you and ask you for your guidance and your wisdom during this reading. Please surround me with your light and your love. Help me to receive clear and accurate messages. May this reading bring insight, clarity, but most of all, understanding for the highest good of those who are involved and for the harm of none. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And amen. All right, y'all. Now listen, if y'all ready for some fun, safe, and honest interaction, remember, this is a safe space. Your honesty and your transparency is appreciated. We all been a fool in love before, and today just may be your turn, child, okay? Let's get ready for some engaging and dynamic time. If y'all ready to get into this reading, I want to see those cooking emojis, okay? Put some scrambled eggs in the chat because I promise you, Spirit is cooking this morning. I couldn't even get my clothes on all the way, y'all. And I'm telling y'all, this was screaming, blurting out at me. So if y'all ready to get into this reading, I want to see those scrambled eggs, those cooking emojis, whatever your favorite breakfast food is, cooking food, whatever. Because, child, when I tell you, this hair is getting on my nerves. But when I tell you, child, I'm ready to get into it, all right? So if y'all ready to get to it, let me see those cooking emojis. Here we go. Now, each day, before I do any reading, I always take a minute to reflect upon the immediate energies that Spirit is showing me. And sometimes it's a divine message, and sometimes it's an earworm. And today, I have an earworm, and I have two, as I hinted to. And I was vacillating in my mind, like, which song am I exactly hearing, okay? The first song I'm hearing, both is by the same group, okay? So the first song I'm hearing is Boys to Men, Bend the Knee, okay? And I'm hearing Wanye screaming, I'm going to swallow my pride, say I'm sorry, stop pointing fingers, the blame is on me. I want a new life and I want it with you. If you feel the same, don't ever let it go. You got to believe in the spirit of love. It'll heal all things. It won't hurt anymore. No, I don't believe our love is terminal. I'm down on my knees begging you, please come home. Okay? That's the first song, Bend the Knee. Okay? Bend the Knee. The second song I'm hearing is I'll Make Love to You by Boys to Men. And I keep hearing the part where he says, throw your clothes on the floor. I'm gonna take my clothes off too. What? So who is trying to get their old thing back? Okay, who is trying to get their old thing back? By apologizing and taking accountability, then when you get there, they want to make love to you. Child. Okay? Baby. Did y'all hear what I just told y'all? If you've been going through the rigmarole with your boo thing, and you've been stuck in this place where it's like, I'm going to let it go. Because that's what we've been talking about in the collective all week. It's time for me to let it go. It's time for me to choose me. It's time for me to do what makes my heart warm and my heart desires. If y'all dealing with that mess, why don't you go ahead and raise your hand in the chat? If you dealing with it, because I'm dealing with it, but if you dealing with it, raise your hand in the chat. Because I'm talking to you. I am talking to you today. All right? Or whatever you find in this message, I am talking to you. All right? So, if you're ready to get into this reading, I want you to put those tea kettles, because I feel like the tea is going to be hot, and I want to know whose business are we getting in. So, go ahead and put those tea kettles in the chat, because, child, I want to know who got a man or a woman out there that is over here talking about they are on bended knee, they taking accountability, and they ready to make love to you. And some of y'all are so toxic, y'all just like to break up to make up anyway. I'm just gonna say that because y'all know it's true. All right, y'all, here we go. When understanding energy, it's important to know the spirit speaks to us in an abundant of ways. And sometimes it's through signs, synchronicities, wonders, coincidences, colors, all of those different things, right? So today, the overall energy reading for today. What is the overall energy reading for today, Spirit? I'm gonna swallow my pride, say I'm sorry, stop pointing fingers, the blame is on me. I can't sing because I ain't had no coffee, nothing wrong with my chords, but they want a good life and they want it with you. All right, open to discovery, okay? Open to discovery. Y'all see this? Okay, open to discovery. Now let me point something out on this card for you. There is a mountain. There is an obstacle. There is some type of hurdle in the background. Okay, it's back there. All right. Now, here's the thing, right? That's a challenge. But somebody is open to overcoming this challenge. You got a keyhole here. Okay, which means that requires some type of intellect, some type of wisdom, some type of insight. You also have stars that are present here on this card that represents faith and having compassion and spirituality, illumination. Somebody, as I have said in this reading, whereas they were a little bit more closed off before, they are now open to the idea of repairing, rekindling. Stop pointing fingers and accept the blame for the skit that they've been trying to run and the game that they've been trying to play. How they've been gaslighting you, how they've been manipulating you, operating with a closed heart from a closed space, trying to make you feel like you crazy. Ooh, y'all quiet like y'all don't know what I'm talking about. If you know what I'm talking about, I just want you to go ahead and put the little church finger up, put the little index finger up in the chat. Because we all been there before. I told you, ain't nobody judging you. Don't be sitting up there acting like we in service and somebody looking to judge you and you don't want to tell the truth and shame the devil. Honey, we all up this morning, okay? We all up this morning and we all up talking about this, okay? So listen, ain't nobody judging you. Tell the truth and shame the devil, boo, okay? Now, what is the truth that you need to hear right now for your journey? I feel like initially they didn't know what to do. They didn't know what to do. They didn't know how to do it. They didn't know how to overcome. They didn't have the tools initially to process their feelings and their emotions to get to this place to where they're able to say, I'm sorry. Okay. And we've all dated people who don't know how to apologize, or they apologize, but then there's no change behavior, right? So this person was ill-equipped to do this before. Now they are. They wasn't ready before, and now they are. Okay. Do you hear me? Now they are. If you listening, put your ear in the chat. Ooh, baby, growth. Okay. Now let me tell you why this card is important. When I was just looking down a second ago, I noticed that inside of this keyhole, there was some grass here. Okay. There was some grass here. My attention went to that, but I didn't say it out loud. But I was thinking it's grass inside this keyhole, which means there has been some type of growth. There has been some type of progression, some type of fertile ground. And lo and behold, when I was asking in my head, what is some truth that we want to hear for our journey or need to hear for our journey? This is about growth. I want to expand my consciousness and my awareness. There's been some growth to happen here. If you just heard me say loud and clear, this person did not have the tools to do what they need to do, but now they do. I want you to go ahead and put the green heart in the chat. If you just heard me say that, go ahead and put the green heart in the chat. Because this person is now accepting accountability. There has been some growth during this separation. Okay, it has been some growth during this separation. There has been some type of reckoning during this separation. Okay, and now they realize that you weren't necessarily the problem, they were. And that is a lot for them to recognize and accept. Perhaps they're narcissistic. Perhaps they're accustomed to people coddling and excusing their poor behavior. Maybe you have people making excuses for their bad decisions. You know how this stuff goes, right? Guys of the hidden realms, what messages do you have for us today? Epiphanies sing at dawn, an aha moment, awakening new directions and potentials. What did I just tell y'all? This person done had a revelation. This person done had an aha moment. This person had time to sit back and to reflect. They done had a moment of clarity. And now that the light bulb done finally came on, they don't know what to do. They don't know what to do. They don't know what to do. They thought that they could just move on. They thought that they could replace you. They thought that you wasn't going to be missed. And the universe done basically pulled a Whitney Houston on them. The universe said, ha ha, nice try. Ha ha. Woo. If you've been waiting for this light bulb moment from your person, go ahead and put the light bulb in the chat. If you've been waiting for them to wake up and smell the coffee, put the light bulb in the chat. Even if it's not for you, let's be clear. Even if it's not for you, even if you're not the benefactor of their growth, you just wanted the best for them and for them to grow up and to realize and to accept accountability that their behaviors is not okay. You can't go through life doing the things that you're doing, saying the things that you're saying, making people feel the way that you're making people feel. Like, it don't matter if they with you or not. You sincerely and genuinely wanted them to wake up and grow. If you feel that way, go ahead and put the light bulb in the chat. All right, now. He said, gotta swallow my pride. I gotta say I'm sorry. Stop pointing fingers. The blame is on me. I want a new life and I want it with you. If you feel the same, don't ever let it go. You gotta believe in the spirit of love. It'll heal all things. It won't hurt anymore. No, I don't believe our love is terminal. I'm down on my knees begging you, please. And then the other part of it is, throw your clothes on the floor. I'm gonna take my clothes off too. Let me tell you, they over here losing their marbles without you, okay?
Oh my God, my Sheila, my Sheila.
Okay? This is about you though. This ain't about them. This is about you, okay? You're the one who is centered. You're holding your center. So you're holding peace. Because let's be honest, since you've been away from this person, yeah, you miss them a little bit. A little bit. But it's not about you missing them. This is about you realizing that you're at peace. You've been growing. You had to make a decision to choose you, and you chose you first. You pulled a you on you. You said, I need to boss up. I need to stop giving all this good advice and everybody else to everybody else. And I'm over here letting my man or my woman dog me out and stress me out. Okay? I miss you a little bit. If you miss this person a little bit, I want you to put the okay finger, the okay emoji in the sign. I miss you a little bit. But I don't miss the skit that you be trying to play on me. I don't miss the game. I miss playing the game. You understand? I miss you a little bit. But the stuff that you was doing, I ain't with it no more. And what I'm telling you is they done had this heart. They done hit their head hard. And now they done came into a sudden awareness. Okay? Now, this card says, change me, divine beloved, into one who holds my center in all situations. No matter how challenging, fill me with your serenity and calm. Wrap me in your faith. Okay? So you might be having to pray for strength as well. Okay? You may have been having to pray for strength and guidance, asking spirit to help you during this time because you felt weak. You felt like picking up the phone and calling them a couple of times by now. And they were expecting for you to do that because that's your pattern. You fall out, y'all make up, y'all break up, y'all make up. And they was waiting for you to pick up the phone. They was waiting. And you did not make that call. You did not make that call. They've been running to the phone looking for you to text them. You did not text them. You held your power this time. And I'm here to tell you, good for you. Good for you. Because they was not expecting for you to stand on business. They done heard it all before. They just said, oh, she mad. She gonna get over it. Nah, boo. We ain't doing that. We growing. Okay? We at the point now where it's like, we here now, sweetheart. I'm gonna stand 10 toes down. I'm gonna stand with the perfect arch in my back. And I'm gonna hold that weight with perfect form. And I'm gonna hold out. Okay? So you probably been in no contact with this person. Now, what's the sign that this message is for you? You may be seeing a lot of traffic cones right now. If you're seeing a whole lot of traffic cones, I want you to put traffic cones in here because this is about you being cautious. Okay, this is a warning sign to you. This is about you being cautious about everything. So if you've been seeing a lot of traffic cones, I want you to go ahead and put the traffic cone in the chat. Now, as we start to shift to more personal insights and talk about the potential energies of those who are involved, please remember to focus on what resonates with you and leave what doesn't, okay? You would never go down there. You would never, ever, ever go down there to the baby Foot Locker and buy the brand new Jordan 4s that just came out that everybody over here fighting over at the mall. You would never go do that. And put your big overgrown toe in there, knowing good and doggone well your big toe on a good day with that bunion of yours won't even fit in that shoe. So I know good and doggone well you better not do that here. All right. Now you got me going into mama mode. All right. Now, what is our first indicator here? What is our first indicator here? Cosmic insight. What is the first cosmic insight, Spirit?
Survey said.
Confession. Someone has to tell you something. What did I just tell y'all I'm hearing? I gotta swallow my pride. Say I'm sorry. Stop pointing fingers. The blame is on me. I want a new life. I want it with you. If it feels the same, don't ever let it go. You gotta believe in the spirit of love. If you, it will heal all things. It won't hurt anymore. No, I don't think that our love is terminal. I'm down on one knee and I'm begging you, please come home. That is the confession. That is the confession. If you're ready to receive this person coming back into your life, I want you to put the white hearts in the chat. If you're ready for this person to come back because you really love this person, you really believe that this can work, I want you to flood the chat with white hearts right now. Just flood the chat with white hearts, all right? What is the cosmic energy here, Spirit? Universal wisdom. Didn't I tell y'all this person had to get wisdom? The universe is full of wisdom. Seek its guidance, okay? So remember, one thing that I pointed out to you is that it took a lot of prayer. It took a lot of manifestation. It took a lot of self-compassion and self-empathy to understand themselves, okay? So this person may not even be very spiritual or religious, okay? They may not be very tuned in, turned on, tuned in, turned on, tapped in, okay? They may have been living a life that has been very disconnected from their higher self. So they had to go through some growth and tune in to their higher self. I just heard that their spiritual team is working on them for a long time. They have been disconnected. And for some of you, I wasn't gonna say this, but for some of y'all, they may have a thing with a girl called Mary Jane. Okay? Catch my drift. Pick up what I'm putting down. All right? Now, they may deal with her a lot. That doesn't apply to everybody. That's for somebody specific. I don't know who it is. But if you know who I'm talking about, go ahead and put Mary Jane in the thing, in the chat. Ooh, that's so many messages, Spirit. Detach. You're being asked to detach from something that you've been holding on to. When we hold on too tightly, the desired outcome, it restricts the flow. Trust the outcome will work out and let go of your attachment to it. So you've detached. You've detached. If you've had to do some growth and you had to detach from this situation, I want you to go ahead and put the puzzle piece in the chat, because this was you taking back your power. This was you putting your foot down and saying enough is enough. I am no longer subscribing to this. I am no longer subjecting myself to this. I have been tolerating this stupidity and this nonsense all this time, and I have had enough. I have been filled to the top of my head with your bull and your shenanigans, and I'm telling you, no more. It stops today. And they were not expecting for you to go cold stone silent on them the way that you did. They were waiting on you to call them. They knew it was going to be a matter of time. They said, like, what did I just tell you?
Oh, she mad. What's today? Monday? She'll be over it again by Tuesday.
Baby, it's been 711 Tuesdays. Okay? Every Tuesday, they run into the phone thinking that you're going to be over it. No, you're not over it. You're not over it. You are not over it. They need to get over it, and they have. That's what I'm telling you, all right? Now, what's the news with this situation, Spirit? Okay. Whoop. 3 cards tried to fall out. All right. So here we go. The first sign. Reading up. Didn't I tell you they had to do some growth? Okay. Reading up. Doing the research. Learning more and gaining insight. Okay. If you heard me just talking about the power of this universal wisdom, I want you to go ahead and put a book in the chat. If you just heard me talking about them having to do their research, getting knowledge from the universe, okay, that universal wisdom, I want you to go ahead and put that there. All right. Now, in this instance, 100% of the problems could have been because they had an issue with infidelity. Okay. They couldn't stay faithful. And the reason why I'm saying this is because you got sneaky link here. Hitting lovers, low key situation, and a side piece is present. All right. They've had an issue with infidelity. Now, the other card that fell out here is brick wall. This was a defense mechanism. You're guarded because you're tired of feeling like they're hard to reach. All right. This person has been doing the most, okay? And you have been as patient and tolerant and as long suffering as you can be. But you finally got to the point where you got tired of trying to get through. And every time you tried to get through, it's like it was back in the 90s when you're trying to call somebody on the phone and you can't get through and the phone is just busy. That's what this has felt like for you. You tired of hitting that brick wall? If you tired of hitting that brick wall, go ahead and drop in the chat those bricks. Go ahead and put those bricks in the chat, because it definitely feels like you've been trying to be a Boilermaker over here. You've been trying to take all these bricks and do something with it. And you're just tired of it. You've been trying to build a house out of a sandcastle. What is the T? Two cards trying to fall out. One is scarcity tactics, and the other is clout hungry. Okay, I don't know what that has to do with anything, but all right, here we go. Threatening, intimidated, threatened, bothered. This person is really bothered by the fact that you have not been calling them. You have not been texting them. They are intimidated. They want to know what you've been doing. They want to know why you've been doing what you've been doing, when you've been doing it, how you've been doing it. They even want to know who you've been doing it with. Okay, when I tell you this person is overly curious about what you have been doing in the time that you've been apart. So much so, they almost can't even focus on their own growth and their own healing. Because they at home questioning themselves and regretting all the things that they did, coulda, woulda, shoulda, did it and didn't. Okay?
Stupid.
That's an in problem. Okay? If you know who I'm talking about, I want you to write down in the chat, that's a you problem. If you know what I'm talking about, and you know who I'm talking about, even if it's you that I'm talking about, if it's them, I want you to put, that's a you problem. If it's you that's going through that when you want to get back with your person, because you the person that's done fumble, I want you to put in the chat, it's a me problem. Let's just have a grown folks conversation at the kitchen table today. I'm going to swallow my pride. Say I'm sorry. Stop pointing fingers. The blame is on me. I want a new life. I want it with you. If it feels the same, don't ever let it go. You got to believe in the spirit of love. It'll heal all things. It won't hurt anymore. No, I don't believe that our love is terminal. I'm down on one knee and I'm begging you, please come home. I'll make love to you like you want me to. What? Oh my God. Like, come on now. All right, what lies beneath this? As I said that, getting a room came up. Hotel, motel, sweet pleasure. So remember we talked about that sneaky link? Remember we talked about that sneaky link? Here it is. Okay? Here it is. We talked about that sneaky link. They done got caught getting rooms. All right? Now, trash also fell out too. Okay? Throwing away, getting rid of, tossing it out. Going back to what I said about person A. Person A is at that point. They're at that breaking point where they just like, I'm not doing this no more. I'm not doing this no more. It's old. I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired. I'd rather take my chances going out and finding what it is that I need to find out there. Because being here, I don't feel worthy. I don't feel valued. I don't feel appreciated. And I definitely don't feel reciprocation.
Get that garbage out of here.
Now, when we look into the broken mirror, what do we see? They didn't expect for you to respond like this. I'm telling you. Because I feel like this is a conversation that's been had multiple times over and over and over again. Okay? I definitely feel like this has been a conversation that has been had multiple times. I feel like they kind of like laughed it off, joked it off, you know, wasn't taking it serious. If you know what I'm talking about, I want you to go ahead and put the clown emoji in the chat. Okay? Put the clown emoji in the chat. Childish, immature, argumentative, playing the victim. Didn't I tell y'all that already? Didn't I tell y'all that already? If you know you heard me say that earlier today, I want you to go ahead and put the clown emoji in the chat. Because I told you with the first card that we pulled out, there was some growth here. And I repeated that narrative with the second card that we pulled out, talking about growth. Okay? So if you sick and tired of this person being childish, always, but remember what this man said in the earworm. I'm going to swallow my pride and say I'm sorry. Stop pointing fingers, playing the victim. The blame is on me. Okay? This person knows that they've played themselves in this situation. And they feel the repercussions of their actions and their behavior.
Clown.
What is the true emotion here, Spirit? Okay. They may be coming around you trying to sweet talk you now. And I said that. What did I just tell y'all? They're going to swallow their pride, say they're sorry, stop pointing fingers. The blame is on me. I want a new life and I want it with you. If it feels the same, don't ever let it go. You got to believe in the spirit of love. It'll heal all things. It won't hurt anymore. No, I don't believe that our love is terminal. I'm down on one knees. I'm begging you, please. Throw your clothes on the floor. I'm going to take my clothes off too. That's what I'm hearing. Sweet talking you, trying to get all up in your ear. Sound like the Yin Yang twins. Hey, little mama, let me whisper in your ear. Okay? I'll tell you what's interesting. All this time that you've been apart from this person, they ain't been doing all that rah-rah. They've been sitting at home. Whereas you thought that they would be outside getting it on and doing what they do and, you know, sounding like DMX. It was Keisha, Tawanda, Rolanda, Shawanda. And you thought you would think that they would be doing all of that. They ain't been doing nothing because they've been at home sitting and stewing in their sorrow. All right. What blocked this situation the first time? I want you guys to go ahead and start dropping your zodiac signs in the chat. Start dropping your zodiac signs in the chat because I want to know whose business we about to get into. Getting crumbs. You deserve more than crumbs of affection, waiting for the person who adores you. They breadcrumbed you. They gave you a lot of crumbs. They gave you a lot of nonsense. Okay? They gave you a lot of short ends of the stick. All right? They breadcrumbed you. Whose business are we about to get into? Okay, whose business are we about to get into, Spirit? Because I'm telling you, if y'all ready to go there, remember I do my readings for Sun, Moon, Venus, and Rising. Sun, Moon, Venus, and Rising. So just because I don't call out your sun sign, don't necessarily mean I ain't talking about you. Okay, I could be talking about you dead to your face and telling all your business, and you just might not even know it. All right. So again, I do my readings for Sun, Moon, Venus, and Rising. Sun, Moon, Venus, and Rising. All right. So y'all ready? Here we go. Spirit, who is person A in all of this? Who is the person who's got somebody coming? Siri, I didn't say you. I swear I can't wait till that check come from Apple. All right, who is person A? Person A is a Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. Where are all my water signs today? If you or your person is a water sign, go ahead and put the water sign in the chat. Person A, you are coming in dealing with shattered dreams, a broken family, domestic disharmony, disconnection, misalignment, values, and struggling relationships, which is what we've been talking about in your foundational energy. You're coming in as a 10 of Cups this morning. Okay? Now, here go the real question. Where are my water signs at? Throw the water sign in the chat because I know y'all here. Now, who in the world is person B? I knew it. Person B is an earth sign. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Where are the Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn? Where are the earth signs at? Go ahead and drop your earth signs, the globes in the chat, earth signs. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, you're coming in as the World card. Upright. This is completion, accomplishment, wholeness, attainment, fulfillment, travel, celebration of life. Most of all, arriving. Okay? Didn't I tell y'all there was some growth? Didn't I tell y'all that there was some type of change that happened? They needed to complete a cycle. The light bulb has finally come on. The light bulb has finally come on. All this time they've been over here playing stupid and dumb, acting like they didn't know, and all of a sudden, they've had some epiphany. Ooh, Lord. If y'all ready to get into this reading, I want y'all to go ahead and drop those magnifying glasses. Because, baby, we about to zoom in. Listen, honey, we listen, we don't judge, okay? We don't judge you, but guess what? We sure gonna zoom in. And we sure gonna be messy. All right. So if y'all ready to get into it, put those magnifying glasses in the chat. Because here we go. All right, y'all. Now, what on earth? We in my business this morning. I'm just going to tell y'all that this morning. Maybe. I don't know. I mean, all I do is date earth signs for the most part. So, I don't know. We might be in my business. Maybe not. I don't care. I don't got to hear from none of them jokers. Okay? I exited stage left, the clown show, and decided that I was no longer going to be an active participant on the front row of the clown show. And I feel like that's also what happened to you, person. That you said, yeah. All right. Now, what is going on between my water and earth signs this morning? Water and earth signs. Person A. You coming in as a Four of Swords this morning. What did I just tell you? You woke up. You decided that you were no longer going to be subjected to the nonsense anymore. You woke up and you said, I am no longer going to continue to subject myself to this toxic, unhealthy, manipulative, conniving, breadcrumbing situation. You woke up. You said, "No, player. You've been outside. You've been for the streets. You've been in the streets more than the pavement. Acting like you don't know how to come home. Acting like you don't know how to act like you got a person in your life. Acting as if you don't know what I expect of you in a relationship. And what I'm telling you is, you got to the point to where you said enough is enough.
A bullshit.
And you decided that you were no longer going to play that game anymore. You said enough is enough. If you sick and tired of dealing with this person, I want you to put the little emoji that look like this. No deal. Because I feel like you put up your brick wall. You got very defensive. And you said, if I've never took a stand before now is the time that I take a stand. Now is the time that I say no deals. Now is the time that I put up my barriers and I protect myself and I think about me in my heart. Because all you do is violate, mistreat, and misuse me. And you got tired of it. And you finally woke up. You said enough is enough. If you woke up, regardless to if you are the Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, or the Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, remember the energy can be inverted, okay? But if you were the person who woke up in this connection and said enough is enough, I want you to put the little emoji like this. No deals. Because that's what happened. All right? Now, person B. The one that's childish. The one that's over here playing games. They coming in as the Ace of Wands in reverse. Okay? Didn't I tell you they've been sitting at home? You thought that they would have been outside. You thought that they would have been living their best life. They've been at home. They've been at home. They've been chilling. They ain't been doing nothing. They ain't been sitting over there grieving and processing and dealing and soaking in their own BS. If you know that you were the person who was emotionally immature, the person who needs to grow up, the person who was always denying and flighting and acting immature and just childish, always playing a victim, not really ready to be monogamous in the situation, just tell the truth and raise your hand. Just tell the truth and raise your hand. Ain't nobody judging you. There's two sides to every coin. And this is your side of the coin. Just own the side of the coin. Now, let me ask you a question. Who do you specifically resonate with most? Do you resonate with person A or person B? I want you to write down an A or a B in the chat. If you resonate with person A, put an A. And if you resonate with person B, go ahead and put a B in the chat. Okay? Now, what is favorable about this situation? What is favorable about this? We got the Queen of Wands in reverse. Okay. The best thing that could have happened was that you did get to this point where you decided that this was no longer worth your time and your investment. You got to the point to where you decided that the confidence was corroded, the dream was destroyed, the foundation was broken. There was nothing fruitful or beneficial that came of this relationship. And you had to come to this point to where everything fell apart. You finally woke up and smelled the coffee long enough to realize that this person sold you a dream.
All a bunch of bullshit.
And you bought it. But here's the thing. You needed to go through that. As uncomfortable as it was, as trash as it was, as hard as it was, you needed to go through that particular experience. Because had you kept holding on to this person as they were and kept accepting and tolerating the relationship as it was, this person would have never gone through the growth that they needed to endure. They would have never gone through the processing, the maturity, the learning that they needed. They needed to be dead in the water for a little while. So let me ask you a question. What signs have you received from the universe during this time that has confirmed for you that you did the right thing? What signs have you received from the universe affirming your behaviors? Write that down in the chat. Let us know. Now, what is consequential about this? What is problematic about this connection? Okay, two cards stuck together. We got the Hermit in reverse, and we got the Seven of Cups in reverse. If I could ever pick the dang on cards up. All right, here we go. All right. This person finally had this wake-up call. They finally realized that there's no other way around this. They had to finally wake up and realize that you cannot go through life conducting yourself this way. We adults, we all grown. Ain't nobody got time to be wasting. Ain't nobody got time to be wasting. You over here playing games like this is high school. This is real world scenario. This is real life. These are real situations. These are real people. These is real feelings. These are real emotions. And you over here acting like it ain't nothing. And the universe is saying, nah, player, everything is something. So what is problematic here? The blocker was the way that they thought, the way that they conducted themselves, the way that they believed that their actions and their behaviors had no bearing on your life or theirs, the way that they thought that they was getting away with the things. You know how people make that foolish statement talking about what they don't know won't hurt them? Yeah, that's true for you in the short term. But what you do know does hurt you. So who are you really playing with here? Is it me or is it you? Okay? Who are you really fooling here? So all along, this person thought that they was mastering lying to you, mastering deceiving you, mastering getting over on you. Every time they thought that, Spirit said, nah, boo, you ain't got away with nothing. I see everything and I know everything. And when you walking around here acting like you're numb, acting like you're blind, acting like you don't see and you don't know what you're doing, you're resistant to growth. Now it's time for me to sit you down. Spirit had to humble them. And it took for you to walk away from them for them to experience that humbling. Okay? It needed to happen. You finally had to have enough. You finally got fed up to here. You kept taking them back over and over again. And they kept doing the same thing over and over again. But let me show you here. The water ran dry. The water ran dry. They used up all their apologies. They used up all their sorries. They used up everything. Every single thing that they can do to weaponize and to keep you bounded, thinking that they was doing something to you. Baby, they was only doing it to themselves. And it needed to happen. It needed to fall apart. They needed to be in the dark, alone, scared, hearing the noise of the coyotes and the animals at night. They needed to hear all of that. They needed to see. You can't be out here playing with people. You can't be out here doing things that are unhealthy and toxic and hurtful and harmful. You ain't getting away with nothing. You're not getting away with nothing. Now, what is this trying to teach you? You got the Knight of Wands. This is about you knowing your worth and standing on business when you know that something isn't right. This is about you fighting for you. This is what this was trying to teach you. There is no greater love than self-love. There is no greater love than self-love. You loving somebody else more than you love yourself is not helping you, not one iota. If anything, that's what's causing you all the stress and all the turmoil and the anxiety and the grief and depression in your life, because you're giving more to others than what you're giving to yourself. You're giving away all of your magic, all of your power. Don't you know that joy and happiness is a rare commodity? Strength is a rare commodity. Love is bountiful. Do you know how hard it is to keep your happiness on a day-to-day basis? Do you know how hard it is to fight for your peace of mind every day? But But you giving it away to a person who don't care or didn't care. They had a habit of not caring. And now, here we are. Now they had to wake up and realize that you can't go through life playing games with people that you care about. Life is serious. Life is short. And they had to go through this where they had to experience what it feels like to be without you in order for them to grow up. So the question is, do you feel bad for him? Do you feel bad for him? I want you to put a yes or no in the chat. Do you feel bad for him? What do you need to do to heal? 2 cards just came out. The Death card and the 2 of Cups in reverse. You wanted this to come to an end. You got to the point to where you decided enough is enough. You said, I'm all cried out. I ain't got nothing left for you, pimp. So what do you need to do to heal? Accept the fact that things fall apart so that things can come back together. If this person is truly for you and truly the soulmate like you thought that they always were, things needed to crumble. Things needed to fall apart. Things needed to hit that point. Y'all had to come to this tower moment. You had to. Had you not faced that moment of things crumbling and falling apart, you would never know what life is like for you being happy on your own. And you would never know what life was like to be happy within yourself. Just as much as that person had to know what life would feel like losing you.
It was at this moment he knew. He fucked up.
This person didn't know what it was like to lose you because it never lost you. They never knew. They never knew. They never knew what it was like to lose you because you never went anywhere. They had already sat there and they calculated. They knew you. They were comfortable with you. There was a familiarity with you. So they didn't care that you was finding evidence. They didn't care that you knew what they was doing. Why would they? Remember what I said?
Oh, today Monday. She'll be out on Tuesday.
There are multiple video evidence, social media evidence.
They didn't care. They did not care. And you needed to come to a point where you needed to fail. You needed to lose for you to realize, I'm good. I'm good. What you're doing is not a reflection of me. It's a reflection of you. Just because I failed at this doesn't mean that I'm a failure at life. It doesn't mean that I'm a failure in love. That means I tried and I failed. I took the risk. Unlike you, I was vulnerable. Unlike you, I was willing to be fragile and to be exposed and be raw in front of you. I was willing to take that chance. I opened up my heart to you. And instead, you met me with resistance. You met me with selfishness. You met me with binders and barriers. You met me with a closed heart that was full of grief, pain, and suffering. And I was looking to be more collaborative. I was looking to be more open and more accepting and more tolerant and more loving. Give you psychological safety. I was ready for all of that. And you took that and abused my kindness for weakness and tried to make a fool out of me in front of all my friends, family, my spiritual team, and the Lord above. And now that they have had time to sit and soak in their misery, in their disgust, and wallow, this person was not happy with their behavior and with themselves. And this is what made them realize they cannot sustain down this path. So what do you need to do? Got the Hermit again. This was a wake-up call for you too. This was a wake-up call for you too. This was accountability on your end as well. And here's why. This was a time for you to learn that when somebody apologizes to you, you deserve change behavior. It's not enough to just keep apologizing. And they ain't even apologizing. They just like, my bad.
My bad.
What is that? Yeah, we know it's your bad. Where's the I'm sorry? I want to apologize for this. I am regretful that I made you feel that way.
I want to apologize.
That's the change behavior that you needed to see. That's the behavior modification that you needed to feel. But they never came at you with that. They came at you with this generic, subpar, half-baked, half-cooked, half-constructed, sorry apology. You know why? Because they had no intentions on ever correcting their behavior. They had no intentions on ever stopping. You know why? Because you accepted and you tolerated them for who they were. This made you stronger. Believe it or not, this made you stronger. If you know that this developed your character, if you know that this developed you and changed the way that you move, changed the way that you perceive things, changed the way that you view things, I want you to go ahead and put in the chat the strong arm. Because they were not expecting for you to hold out. They were not expecting for you to come through this and be able to sustain and to grow through this. They was not expecting any of this from you. They weren't expecting this at all. They was expecting for you to break down and to be weak and to be over here crying and sobbing and stewing. And guess who look around crying, sobbing, and stewing? Guess who can't sleep, can't eat, have no appetite to go out? They trying to get on social media and they get mad because when they get on social media, it ain't giving them the thrill that they used to seek. They looking at their DMs at all the girls that's writing them back and they over here looking like, you done went through all of that to get this girl to respond to you, and now she responded to you, and now you like,
goodbye.
I wouldn't be surprised if this person has even deleted their social media altogether. Because that's just how they feeling. I wouldn't be surprised if they deleted their whole Instagram. If you go looking for them and unblock them and do whatever you do, you go look up there, they ain't even there no more. Their life did a stark, deep turn, and they didn't see it coming. They didn't know what was coming their way. They didn't see that tower coming because you did such a phenomenal job protecting them. You shielded them with your body, with your mind, with your heart, with your soul. You protected them. You didn't want to see them suffer. You didn't want to see them pain and be in agony. You didn't want none of that. In your mind, when it came to this person, you was going to be down like 4 flat tires on a 1975 Cadillac with the diamond in the back.
Forever, forever, ever, forever, ever.
You weren't going nowhere. You weren't going nowhere. But you did. You detached. You let go. You got tired of this person playing with your strings, playing with your emotions, playing with your heart, playing with your feelings. You got tired. You woke up. You said no more. No more. You said, I'm not going to sit around here and accept and tolerate you out here embarrassing me in these streets. You want Tamika, Renika, Chanel, Chloe, Danielle. Go get them.
Ain't many women's allow their husbands hoe to lay up in their house.
You want Jim, Tim, Lim, and Slim. Go get them. If you know you detached from the situation, I want you to put the open lock down in the chat. You wanted something more with people where someone is going to be working with you, where it's expansive and it's growing and it's thriving. You wanted a family environment. You wanted a household that was going to be nourishing. You wanted something that was going to be collaborative. Like I said earlier, your vision for what you wanted and what you got were two different things. They were polar opposite. But because you just didn't want to start all over again, you just kept trying to stick it out. You didn't believe that in your heart that you were worthy of love, that you were worthy of kindness, that you were worthy of compassion. You said it, but you didn't believe it. You didn't believe it because you wasn't receiving it.
Crazy?
You were asking for someone to give you something that they couldn't give you. And then you wondered why it always felt like you kept hitting a brick wall with them.
Denied.
They were more fragile than what you thought they were. Didn't I just say it? You wanted the family life. You wanted the happily ever after. You wanted so much from them, only for them to leave you feeling disappointed. That you turned up empty. You wanted kids, you wanted family, you wanted a home life. This was your dream. This was your vision. This is exactly what you wanted from this person. It was everything that you ever wanted. When it was good, it was good. And when it was bad, it was real bad. Damn! But again, they needed to grow up. They needed to swallow their pride. They need to say that they were sorry. Because they know that they was living foul. They was out of bounds. Treating you like you're not a person with real feelings, with real emotions. Acting like this was you overreacting. No, you were responding accordingly. But now they ready. Now they're ready to let down their walls. Now they're ready to come forward, be open and be honest. Have some conversations with you. Confess to you. Let you know that they were wrong. They are ready to step forward. They are ready to try to repair this situation. But the question is, are you even ready for this? This person done made you wait all this time. You been sitting over here holding, waiting, wishing, hoping, waiting, wishing. Days turn into weeks, weeks turn into months, months turn into years. Nothing happened.
2,000 years later.
I want you to write down in the chat how long it's been that you have honestly been waiting for this person to go through this transformation, that you've been waiting for this change. How long has it really truly been? Be honest with yourself. Ain't nobody judging you. If I'm being honest, and this was my business, it'd be about 4 or 5 years now. Whew. There go that tower I kept talking about. You were trying to prevent the inevitable from happening. And as I told you, it needed to happen. It needed to fall apart so that better things could come together. It's not your job to save somebody from themselves. That ain't your job. I know when we love somebody, we want to protect somebody, we want to nurture them, we want to conceal their flaws and all of that stuff. But it ain't your job to protect somebody. You can't protect somebody from themselves. See, you've been outside living your good life, eating good, traveling, edges growing, weight loss, popping, skin glowing. You've been doing you. And it eats them alive. That's why they deleted their social media.
Congratulations! Oh my God.
Where did that card just go? Woo! Y'all, shut the front door. The 3 of Swords just fell out. I was thinking to myself, do you even want this relationship back? That was the question that I was asking. The Death card in reverse. The 3 of Cups in reverse. It was a lot of heartbreak. It was a lot of deceit. It was a lot of betrayal. And those things, those third party situations is what's transformed your mindset. And to be honest with you, I don't feel like you want this person back. Let's do a poll in the chat. If you want this person to come back, if they're truly healed and truly delivered, and you want this person to come back.
A few moments later.
I want you to put a green heart in the chat. Put a green heart in the chat. If you are done, you're taking your L's with pride, you're taking your L's with grace, you're going to say, that's cute, but I'm going to head out. If you don't want them back, I want you to go ahead and put a blue heart in the chat. Well, the poll is speaking for itself. The poll is speaking for itself. I ain't even gonna ask that question because we're gonna get into this. If y'all ready to figure out how this story gonna end, what's the final outcome, I want you to put the paper, pen, and notebook emojis. Paper, pen, and notebook emojis. Because I want to know. I want to know. What you gonna do? Because they definitely coming. Here we go. Now, when we look at potential final outcome, I say potential because I can't predict free will. I can only tell you what the energy says, and that's it. Okay? Now, you may take this and you might be like, you know what? I want this person back. And for somebody else, y'all gonna be like, I'm good. I'm good. Okay? Now, Spirit, what's the potential final outcome here? What is Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio going to do when this Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn tries to come back? Will they accept this apology? As I said that, 4 cards just flipped over. You got the 7 of Pentacles in reverse, the Death card in reverse, the Wheel of Fortune, and the Ace of Cups in reverse. They are scared to approach you with this confession because they know that you've changed. And they know that they have outdone themselves. They know that you don't even want them back. They know that. They know that. But they also know that they owe you an apology so severe that they can't just sit up here and just let time go by without manning up and telling you the truth. Here's the thing, you already know the truth. But the fact that they're coming clean with the truth is what makes it healing for you.
The lie detector test determined.
That was a lie.
Yeah. They're very nervous about this conversation. They know that you've changed. They know that things have been working in your favor. That's all the cards right there. I don't even need to pull no more. They know you're not going to take them back. They hoping that you gullible. They hoping that you naive. They hoping that they could just wheedle their way back on in like before. But this time, it's much different. They can't just pick up the phone and call you. You know why?
We're sorry. The number you have dialed is not in service at this time.
They can't just call you. They can't just text you. They can't just do any and everything to you like they used to be able to do any and everything to you before.
Ask Hat.
So what if you want a new life and you want it with me? You wasted my good time. Your epiphany and your aha moment is not an emergency on my behalf. You waking up and smelling the coffee, feeling like you coulda, shoulda, woulda did things differently.
That's funny.
That's not a me problem. How is your feelings my responsibility at this late stage in the game? Make it make sense. Where was that accountability? Where was the onus on you to be able to care for my feelings and my emotional well-being when you was doing the things that you was doing? Woo. Baby, these cards is flying out this morning, child. You've been out here living your best life. You've been out here living your best life, feeling good, celebrating your freedom, recognizing how toxic and unhealthy this relationship was, and you're not thinking twice about it. You out here doing you. Looking good, smelling good, feeling good. Doing what you want to do. Out here having brunch with your friends. Going to Sunday fun day, parlaying. Traveling. Living your good life. They wasn't expecting that. When you said goodbye the last time, you stood on business. They wasn't expecting that. They was expecting for you to give in. Shut down. Come on back. Just like most of y'all bosses is expecting for you to go to work in the morning. No. The Wheel of Fortune again. I'm telling you, this was the best thing that needed to happen for you. Some of you may have already started to find new suitors and love interests. Yeah. Your confidence is coming back. You know exactly who you are. You know exactly what you have to offer. You're not over here second guessing it. You're not over here questioning your sanity. You finally have that clarity that you need. And when you look back at this mega figure, this mother trucker over here, when you look back over your life and during that period and that phase, you over here like, what?
That's suspicious. That's weird.
When you look back at that situation of your life, you ask yourself some serious questions. And the only thing I could tell you is because you were a fool in love. You were no different than anybody else. You were no different. They came in, they sweet talked you, they wooed you, they finessed you, they got you in a place where you felt like you can let go. Only to leave you high and dry. And before you knew it, you were so sucked up and involved in their grandiose love making.
Oh my God.
You was caught up. Every time, before you knew it, you was running back. Even when you was mad. Even when you was sad. You would go back. And they were honest to God expecting for that to be the same this time. And this time, Spirit showed up. Karma showed up. And said, not so fast, home skillet.
Hey, Sue, your rent's due, motherfucker.
See, all that stuff that they was putting out there came back home to them. All of it. How they sucked the life out of you. How they sucked the joy out of you. How they sucked the friendship. They sucked you dry. And all of it is coming back on them. Every last piece of it is coming back on them. Everything is coming back on them. Everything. So I asked the question. And I said, would you take them back? The cards already said no. They're fearful that you have changed. They're fearful that you wouldn't take them back. But let me ask the cards. Because I think the answer is no. But let me ask the cards. Because we talked about what they would do. Spirit, give us a clear yes or no. Will this Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio take back this Cancer? Take back this Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Will this water sign take back this earth sign? Yes or no? If it's a yes for you, put a green heart in the chat. If it's a no for you, put the black heart in the chat. Black heart in the chat if it's a no. Green heart in the chat if it's a yes. That's interesting. So the Empress came out in reverse. So it is a yes. But with this card here, this also represents indecision, indecisiveness, being overwhelmed with that anxiety and infidelity. So like I told you earlier with the first set of 4 cards that fell out, how I said that they were nervous about approaching you because they know that things are looking up for you, things are going well for you, and you're not going to take that offer back. I think what I'm saying with this is that you will be open and you will be receptive to hearing what they got to say, but I don't see you taking them back. And that's the pain that they're afraid of. They made their bed and now it's time to lie in it. They made their bed and now it's time to lie in it. It's that simple. I can let you go right now. With that note. But I'm going to be nosy. I want to be messy. And then I'm going back to bed. All right, here we go. All right, Spirit. What are the thoughts that this Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn have right now towards this Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio? What thoughts does this Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn have towards this Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio? I can't make this up. I cannot make this up. I'm starting to realize the depth of our connection. I'm starting to realize the depth of our connection. Spirit, what thought does Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio have towards this earth sign? What does this water sign really think about this earth sign? Whew. I wish for a different result. Sound like a no to me. Spirit, what shadow work should this Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio be working on during this time for their highest good? Attachment. True growth requires letting go. This is about you clinging, being dependent, and being addicted to this person. which is everything that we talked about before. How you were holding on for dear life, trying to keep it from falling apart. And all of a sudden it needed to fall apart. Now that it has fallen apart, you've healed. You've grown. You've waken up. You smelled the coffee. You realized that it was time for you to get on down because nothing about the situation was ever going to change.
Run, Forrest, run! Run!
What shadow work should this Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn be working on during this time, Spirit? Desire. Harness the power to manifest dreams, not delusion. This is about longing, yearning, and craving. So remember, I told y'all they can't control their sexual urges. We talked about that in the beginning of this reading with the sneaky link that is here and them getting in the room and acting childish. They're learning how to overcome and to control themselves. What's up, girl? Hey. Hey, Stella. Hey, you say hi to the people? You say hi to the people? No? Okay. Yes, Cane Corso, yep. All right. Hey, Bookie, you gonna let me finish my reading? All right, let's see. She's like, girl, I need a reading. I need to know what's going on in this world. All right, here we go. What is some overall shadow? What has been plaguing this relationship? Cursed castle. A tower of shadows, crumbling stone, once a golden cage that now shines no more. Whew! Didn't I tell y'all? Didn't I tell y'all? Y'all was trying y'all best to keep this from falling apart. And it needed to reveal. It needed to unravel. It needed to come to this. It needed to fall apart. You used to think that this was everything. Only to find out this ain't nothing at all. You've been holding on to dear life when all Spirit was telling you to do was to let go and to trust. But instead you was holding on. And now you know. Release it. Trust. Release it and trust. Believe. Let go. But you holding on like you can't get no better. Well, you were holding on. So if this was your confirming moment for you that you're doing the right thing, you're doing the right thing. Stop acting like you confused. You know what you got to do. Angels, what words of advice do you have for this water sign dealing with this earth sign? Let your friends help you. Ask for and accept support from others. So don't try to shoulder this on your own right now. Don't try to act like you're the tough person here, like you're not hurting and you're not in pain. If you need to grieve, grieve. Let your friends help you. I already talked about you going outside and being at brunch with your friends and celebrating and having a good time. It's a holiday weekend. Most people been outside at the festivals and doing this, that, and third. Get out the house. Let your friends help you heal. Don't sit around punishing yourself and doing none of that for this person. They need to suffer the consequences, not you. Okay? And it's time for you to be outside. Okay. Romeo and Juliet, what words of wisdom do you have for this Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio dealing with this earth sign? Eager, immediate action. Love's heralds should be thoughts which 10 times faster glides than the sunbeams, diving back shadows over the luring hills. Okay? So basically what this is saying is when somebody loves you, they should be eager to take immediate action. It shouldn't take you time to walk away before they realize what they had. You need to realize what you got when you got it. And when you don't know that, then that's a you problem.
Yep, that's me. You're probably wondering how I ended up in this situation.
So like I said from the very beginning, this is a you problem. You at peace. You don't believe me? Go watch the reading again from the beginning. I talked about it. You've been at peace. You've been doing you. You're detached. You're tired of hitting a brick wall. Ain't your fault that they threatened that you might be moving on without them. Good. That sweet talking stuff ain't working no more. It's a done deal for that. You can't run it back. That play is old. How does this outcome align with what you were expecting? Does it bring you relief, excitement, or hesitation? Let me know. How does this make you feel? I want to thank you so much for tuning in to the Pisces Tarot Experience. Don't forget to subscribe and become a part of my growing community on YouTube. You can keep an eye out for me at Mimi Lightseer and keep an eye out for even more engaging content coming your way. Remember, this reading is here for you whenever you need a little bit of guidance. So feel free to save it and replay it at any time. I love to hear your thoughts. So drop a comment in the section below. Let me know what's resonating with you. And if you enjoyed today's session, go ahead and give me that thumbs up. If you'd like to do a personal reading with me, I am booking only at PiscesTarot.com. So please don't hesitate to reach out. Please know, to ensure that you're not being deceived by a fake, phony, and fraud, ensure that you are communicating with me through official channels only. There are a lot of fake, phony, and frauds that are going out here messaging people. I will never contact you. If you want a reading with me, you need to contact me. That's how that works, okay? I want to give a huge thank you to everyone who joined the conversation today. A warm welcome to all my new subscribers. Most of all, thank you to all the people who have gifted me not only your time, your talent, but your treasure. All right? So thank you for all of my guests. Listen, everyone is fighting a battle that you cannot see. So be kind, patient, and gentle with others as much as you are yourself. How people treat you is not your business, but how you respond is. Leave a little bit of love everywhere you go, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.